if pedophiles can get into heaven, then heaven isn't the place that I want to be. Well, I don't want to be up there with those people. But just because you lived a fucked up life and now you decide like you don't want to supposedly burn in hell forever, like what? Now you're scared? No, I don't want to be up there with you.
Here's the thing, like whether it's good or not, when we eat, we both just gotta be like, wow, you know what I mean? That way we
Oh, I'll sell it, trust.
Eat for effort. That's what we're aiming for here. Just kidding.
I'm doing something wrong somewhere. How do you go from the hood to Thailand?
School. Yeah. Well, I know how to cook.
It says like.
I know how to cook.
Yeah, that one's on me. My bad. At least like once a week coming home from work in high school, I'd see like a forensics van on the side of the road.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's not something I should be.
Yeah, probably not.
As soon as you say like, oh yeah, I'm religious, and people are like, oh, okay, that means this, that. I feel like I'm more, I don't know that I'm like in a denomination per se, but I have like a personal relationship with God, if that makes sense. That didn't make any sense, but like, you get the gist. Sure.
And me and my brother weren't super close for a long time. You know, eventually he got clean. Kind of helped him with his process in joining the army after I joined and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And yeah.
Ow.
We got really close after that.
You are an artist. You're painting that.
Well,
Okay.
let's try them first before we determine, you know. Potatoes.
This is cute.
So they,
This is cuter. No close-ups. Should not.
for distance. We got a video of that chicken from outside. And one of the day we lost all the hydraulics on the plane. So I mean, I'm 20 years old in a foreign country. You know, my family doesn't know. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna die here.
Wow.
I didn't feel like God with me or anything like that. I didn't think of where I was going. I just kind of felt alone. And it obviously affected me more than I realized, because I went through a lot with it.
I have never been in a situation like that.
It's stressful.
No, I can imagine. I'm very grateful that you made it out of that for sure.
Thank you.
I would say like, I guess from like a spiritual lens, I believe in like an earthly realm and then like a spiritual realm.
Right.
And so I guess that'd be like the soul thing we were talking about earlier. So like how they say God is omnipotent, God is everywhere, God is omnipresent type of thing. So someone could say, but again, you can turn things anyway, right? Someone could be like, that was the devil, you know what I'm saying? That was the devil.
My mom used to say that all the time.
The devil punched the engine.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to take you out now. You know, but then it's like, okay, so then where was God in that situation? You know, like technically we could say, okay, well, God saved everyone, but then you could say, well, then why did God allow the devil to punch the engine? You know what I'm saying? Like way back when Satan, Lucifer, whatever, when he was like kicked out of heaven, because Satan was like on God's like board, right? He was like created to be a tester and all that kind of stuff. He worked with God. He thought he could backdoor God, basically, is what we call it. Like, I can do a better job at that. God's omnipotent, sweetheart, it's not gonna work. So he was kicked out, but he wasn't banished to hell. He was banished to earth. So they say Satan rules the earth, right? So obviously there's a horrific things. Yeah, exactly. I've seen really bad things happen in front of me. And it's like, okay, why is this happening type of thing? I guess what I've come to the conclusion of is God is there to intercede at times. Sometimes God doesn't intercede. Again, that's like beyond my pay grade. I don't know. And I have no idea why God chooses to, save others, whereas perhaps there other people have been in the situation you were in and didn't make it out type of thing. If God interceded on everything, then there wouldn't be free will, if that makes sense. But if I'm being honest, that's definitely something that doesn't sit well with me. But yeah.
When I was in the military, I stayed in the barracks. My roommate was extremely, extremely, extremely religious. Like, he was a Jesus freak for real. And me and him would talk about it sometimes. And there was one night, laying in my bed, I was by myself, and I was like, hey, God, like, if you are real, like, I need to know. And nothing, obviously, I didn't experience anything, but I was just like, this is like the last shot in the dark, like, before I completely jumped to the side. I was talking to my roommate the next day, and we were talking about heaven and stuff like that, and Christianity and everything, and I was like, do you believe anyone can go to heaven. And he was like, I believe if you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and everything like that, you can go to heaven. I was like, do you think Hitler could go to heaven if he accepted Jesus Christ? He was like, sure. I said, what about like pedophiles? Do you think pedophiles could go to heaven if they, repented, said they were sorry for what they did, everything like that? And he was like, sure. And I told him, I was like, if pedophiles can get into heaven, then heaven isn't the place that I want to be. Well, I don't want to be up there with those people. But just because you lived a fucked up life and now you decide like you don't want to supposedly burn in hell forever, like what? Now you're scared? No, I don't want to be up there with you.
And really, he doesn't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But
like 8 times out, especially the way God talks about anyone that harms children in the Bible, 8 times out of 10, they probably ended up there anyway. I am curious though, what were you expecting that night when you asked God to like show himself?
Nothing like, I don't want you to like appear in front of me. Maybe something, a dream. Because this is before that instance, so like I still dreamt.
Right.
Maybe a dream, an experience, something, a random encounter. I don't know, just something, a sign maybe. Because I was like, if this motherfucker is real, sorry, I don't mean to call, my bad. Yeah, but I was like, if he is real, like, he probably fucked me up, And
I guess I would say, even though we can't find anything to thank God for, I don't know that necessarily means that God hasn't done something that we could have thanked him for.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But I'm also curious, like, what if he remembered that night and it's just a what if, and then he was like, okay, I'm going to show myself to him by saving his life. Would that be enough, or is that like too little, too late? Type of thing?
I don't know. I don't view it as that, because the people that saved my life in that instant were the 2 pilots flying up front.
Now, what if they believed in God?
Then I guess they would thank God for it, but I thank them.
Got you. Okay, I see what you're saying. Interesting. Yeah. So I guess I would say that too, where it's like, even though God didn't show himself, in the 15 minutes you were there, like you were like, or not. I'm not sorry.
Right. No.
But I am curious, like, if God showed you some kind of sign after that, would you have considered it, or is it like, since it wasn't in that window, now anything else that could possibly be God is like cast off? Like, no.
I think it would have to be like extremely eye-opening.
Like what?
Oh fuck, I don't know. Like, I'm of your faith. I'm envious of it almost.
Why?
I feel like I don't know. So this is going to sound bad. I don't want to.
No, it doesn't sound bad.
But it's like, I guess faith is like, it's like blind faith. I guess, like, you don't know.
That's the fun part.
It's like, I believe in you, homie. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
the fun part.
Yeah, but for me, I don't like, no area of science like points to this being true. So for me, it's like, why should I believe in it? But I'm envious of you because you have that to like lean on. When things are hard, or like when you want better things or something like that, you can pray for it. That's not for me. That's not me.
But and I don't want to, like, what do they say, step on toes.
Step on them.
Cross lines. But I would almost make an argument that you had some form of blind faith when you were in the plane. Right? Like, at some point, it's just like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like that acceptance. I think blind faith is...
I was accepting death.
Exactly. It's a part of that. I mean, well, like for me, for an example, blind faith. A lot of times I would say I had blind faith, for example, like walking home, right? Knowing that, okay, somebody's going to chase me, right? Somebody's going to chase me. If it's not a man, it's a dog. There's a good chance that, there may be bullets whizzing or something like that. I'm just going to have blind faith, and I'm just going to keep walking in faith. That was a daily accepting that, daily. To the point where I was like, honestly, if I blink and wake up in heaven, like, kind of a good scenario for me, right? So I would say that everyone has faith in something. You know what I mean? You can have faith in science. But I do get what you're saying, where it's like, since I did it without God, you could then use that as proof, as to be like, see?
I mean, I guess, maybe, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's too much bad that happens in the world. Like, kids that get cancer and die, kids that are dying of starvation every day, kids that go through that kind of stuff. Like, they're just children. Like, they don't need to be tested or go through these things. Like, what the fuck? That, to me, it's like, why? If you're so good and loving, then why are you allowing your creation that you love so much to experience such hard times, especially like kids? To me, it's fucked up.
It's easy, I feel like, for us to get angry at God for bad things that happen to us, but then we ignore God when good things happen to us. When good things happen, it's like, oh, no, that's not God, that was me. But when bad things happen, it's automatically God. And the devil just doesn't exist in this, you know what I'm saying, equation. It's sort of like the devil just gets away with everything. Like, yeah, it's God. But I do understand it, though, like from a perspective, and in like an empathetic level. I totally get it, because we've all been there. But yeah, it's certain things I'm like, I've always noticed like that pattern. But yeah.
I feel like when I die, if God is real and, he appears in front of me or whatever, I'm at the pearly gates or whatever, if he is real, then, and I don't get into heaven or whatever, then I won't regret how I live my life still.
Yeah.
Because I lived my life for me. I grew up like super, like not well off. Like we didn't have a lot of money at all. Like my mom would pay bills and we'd have like $20. But now like I'm pretty successful. I make really good money and stuff like that.
Nice.
But everything I have in life is because of me. I worked for it. God didn't work for it. He didn't help me with it. Even when I was little and would pray for stuff like that, he didn't help me. I did this on my own. I got here because of me, not because of God. I mean, I didn't know, I had no idea who you were, what you look like, what you sound like, how you would think. But you're super bubbly personality, super like open to, my ideas and everything like that. And that was really nice. That was unique. I think you're a unique person.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
Like the mammoth from Ice.
You sound, I swear to God, if I could remember her name, you sound just like her.
Me?
I should have looked it up.
I love it.
I don't know. I think I remember like your experiences, the kind of like the rough upbringing and stuff like that, kind of like I had, but approaching it a different way or looking at it a different way and coming out with a different viewpoint than I did. So I think that's also pretty unique.
What surprised me was your resilience. Oh my gosh, like back-to-back situations in a plane like that. I mean, that's a level of like strength that I honestly haven't heard of previously. So that was like, it's very cool to be like across the table from someone like that. No, seriously, like wow. Sometimes I feel like the world we live in is just like one big art gallery. You know what I mean? And we're all just like walking around as like little like masterpieces. But I think the coolest thing about God is like how he constructs people's stories. Like it's like a movie theater. You know what I'm saying? But now I get to go to your movie and be like, no way, that's a good movie,
I
bro.
like that.
That's a good movie,
Yeah,
bro. I mean, like I'm so serious though. Like it was like very powerful moment. So this was definitely like a pleasure.
I agree.
It was
Thank you.
awesome for sure.
Good chicken. It was good. I mean, I know that seems insincere.
Texture aside, and sodium aside.
Wait, for the whole meal or the?
No, just the chicken breast.
Oh, yeah. Chicken breast. I'll give you 8 on the chicken breast.
Sodium aside.
Sodium aside.